Hey guys, so this is our soil builder. This is compost, very rich, high quality compost, and biochar. You can bring the camera in. You can see the bits of biochar. And with our soil builder, this isn't potting soil. You would have to mix this into potting soil at a rate of, you would need at least 1.5 cubic foot bags of soil to mix this soil builder in. But what we recommend is using this as a top dress in the fall to get ready for next spring. The best time to fertilize and prep your garden for growing is not in the springtime, it's in the fall. And the reason behind that is the most biologically active place on the planet is the layer between your soil and the snow in the wintertime in temperate climates. There's a thin layer of moisture, and that provides an area of biological activity that's not seen anywhere else on the planet. And it's a part of the natural process of getting everything to grow for the springtime. It's the decomposition of all the leaves and plant matter that's fallen onto the ground and turning it into plant available nutrition. So with our compost, that's absolutely loaded with beneficials. The biochar ensures that. Your garden's going to be working all winter long and be ready to rock and roll for the springtime. Whereas if you're getting your garden ready in the springtime, it takes months for that biology to establish, get working, and build a relationship with your plants. So it's best to have that environment already rocking and rolling, working as best as possible in the springtime. You can actually hear our soil crunch. I don't know if you can get that on camera, but you hear the biochar crunching? And that's just absolutely jam-packed full of biology and nutrients. It's going to increase the cation exchange capacity of your soil tremendously, and that allows ions to move back and forth faster. And everything that your plant takes up happens at the inorganic level, which is kind of funny. That's why the organic label is silly, because there's no such thing as organic gardening. Everything's broken down into the inorganic form. All right, we're on a tangent. But anyway, so the faster ions can move, the faster your plants can take up nutrition, most importantly calcium at the end of flower. And that's what we want, and the biochar is gonna really increase that cation exchange capacity. I saw a test where a guy tested the conductivity of copper wire next to a barrel of just pure biochar, and they weren't that far off for conductivity, and it's very exciting. Like I said, the faster your ions are moving, the better your plants are going to do, the better your soil is going to function. So we want to apply this as a top dress. An easy way is you need maybe a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch layer on top, and then work it into the top couple inches of your soil. And the most important thing is to make sure you mulch over top of any dry fertilizers, compost, anything you put down in your garden. You got to keep something on there that's going to maintain the moisture. If it dries, it dies. The biochar acts as a really good moisture buffer for your compost, so that even though the compost can dry out and the biology in the organic matter may die, the carbon or the biochar is so porous that it's very, very difficult, next to impossible, for that to dry out completely. So that'll always provide kind of a backup if you're letting your garden get overly dry. So how you use our product, we're gonna apply it at roughly a 1/4 cup per square foot, or like I said, you can go a little bit heavier, do a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch layer thick around your plants. If you're only using a small amount, it has to go around the drip line or kind of the edge of your plants, where if it's raining, that's where the rain falls. That's where the feeder roots are, and that'll be the most effective placement of our product. Ideally, you want just a nice even layer over your whole garden, if you can swing that. About 1/4 to 1/2 inch thick, loosely work into the top inch layer of soil, and then you have to mulch. Wood chips, if you soak them for about 2 days to remove the volatiles, are probably the best way to maintain moisture. What we like here at Berkshire Worms is all the leaves that fall at the end of the year. We grind them up, mulch them up, and that works as an awesome moisture barrier even well into next year. And it's a great fungal food, so it's going to help support the fungal diversity in your garden. We're going to make it available October 1st. That should give you guys plenty of time to get it applied to your garden. And the cool thing too is if you have some left over winter and you're doing any indoor gardening, this is going to make awesome compost teas. I mean, just the results we've been having recently with this in our compost tea is absolutely incredible. I don't know if some of the real tiny microscopic biochar pieces that are loaded with biology and nutrients are sticking to the plant surface a little bit, and maybe it's maintaining contact for a longer time, but you could just get this for compost tea and spread it out over your whole garden as well. It's going to work best as a top dress with a mulch cover over it, but if you're just interested in an awesome compost for your compost tea recipe, I don't know, this is going to be tough to beat. So we have a real limited supply this fall. We should have a pretty unlimited supply next fall. But for this fall, you're gonna want to pre-order. So send us a message on Instagram, Facebook, or on our website to make sure you get yours. Like I said, it's gonna go on sale October 1st. And get it while it lasts. Get it on your garden this year. Next year, you'll be blown away. I guarantee it. Way it sticks. It's light, like the lightest cake, and then it aggregates so nicely. I mean, look at that. If you were a plant root, you would love this.